Broadcasting from Silicon Valley, California, this is Conversations with Jennylyn.
You are watching Conversations with Jennylyn. I am here to tell you persistence pays off. This morning we are in India, and this is my third attempt to do this interview, and the internet has not been cooperating with us, but we didn't give up, and here we are. And today my guest is Dr. Geetha Plackal. She is a finalist in the NOAA bonus prize team in Bangalorerobotics, and a lot more, but I don't want to spend all morning and the connection we have to tell you about that. I would just like to welcome Geetha to Conversations with Jennylyn.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your invitation to be here.
I'm very happy that we are both determined women. We were not going to let the internet stop us. So tell me what the NOAA bonus prize is all about.
Yeah, it's a competition conducted by NOAA. That means National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and government of USA. And they conducted a competition for developing an AUV for detecting chemicals from oceans, harmful chemicals from ocean. And that is the competition, and we are finalists in that competition in 2018.
Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you.
Our entire earth is contaminated, it sounds like, especially the ocean.
Yeah, we know the ocean is more polluted by plastics and other harmful waste disposal. I mean, the waste disposal from factories, industrial such as waste disposal to the oceans is the main reason for the contamination, and it will be more harmful to organisms living in it, and it will reach in human also by food chain. And if we will not control it properly, it will be very harmful to all organisms and humans in future, nearby future. So that they conducted this competition because humans have no other methods to detect it from ocean, and we need some AUVs for such study or research. Okay, that is the reason for we are developing these AUVs or autonomous underwater vehicles. We can control it from land or air, and it can be work alone in ocean without human intervention.
And
that
so
is
the purpose of it is to keep the ocean clean.
Yeah, we are developing this AUV, but not completed yet because some financial difficulties occurred between this, and we are trying to complete it, and let us hope it can be helpful for cleaning ocean from plastics and all other harmful chemicals. And if we will it can be useful for detecting the chemicals and also neutralization of that source also.
Will
that is the benefit of this AUV.
Will this be the first in the world for cleaning up the ocean on a large scale?
Yeah, a lot of teams are working in such researches. Among those, some are useful in and using in some parts of the world, but we think our technology is more sustainable and low cost, and it's we are trying to available for anyone is hope for ocean, because let us plan it will be a good work for world. That's our major aim. I mean, it's a low cost and sustainable methods. We are using sustainable method and low costing economy for this.
That's wonderful. That really is,
Thank you.
because we depend on seafood. A lot of us, some people, that's all they eat. Some people say we're vegetarians, but we eat seafood. So,
Yes,
even if we didn't eat the seafood, I think that we are responsible for keeping the ocean clean.
yes, yes, yes. The humans are consuming these all chemicals and harmful other poisonous materials and plastic, and it will be very detrimental to their health. Yeah. Also, it will be detrimental to environmental health. And we need to clean the ocean to avoid the health issues in humans and also in other organisms too. We need to save all organisms in ocean. We save ocean biodiversity for survival of humans on Earth. Yeah, ocean is ocean have also a very important role in our life.
It does.
Yeah.
How did
We
you
need,
get involved with this? How did you get involved with this?
Yeah, I love work for nature. I'm passionate in conservation activities and conservation activities from my early study period before research. And from my BSc or MS course, I just thought about like this. I want to do something for environment and humanity. Then I choose my research in that way, and now I reached here. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, you've come a long way. How is this connected
Yes.
to how is this connected to Bangalore Robotics?
Yeah, they choose me for their project via social sites. They viewed my profile and they invited to join with them, and based on my expertise in ocean ecology, benthic ecology, etc. And I studied about the software taxonomy for my MPhil course, and for PhD course, I did my work on ocean and estuarine benthic ecology. Benthic ecology means the study of study on benthic ecology means a study on ecology of benthos. This means the organisms living on underwater on soil. That is the benthos. For example, some worms like annelids, polychaetes, mollusks, and etc. That is the benthos. So that they choose me to their project for help them to advise in ecology part, and so that I joined with them.
How long ago was that?
Once again, please.
How long ago? How long ago were you chosen to
Okay.
be part of this project?
Okay. Yeah. I joined in 2017.
Wow.
In 2017 and continue now. Our teamwork is continuing. Yeah.
And clearly you are enjoying it. I'm not even going to ask you if you are. I can tell because I've been reading your posts on LinkedIn. And you're clearly very passionate. You're very passionate about this. And I believe that we should all be passionate about what we do. I think you do the best job when you're passionate about what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Do you think that we're really going to be able to get this under control? Because there are people who really don't care. And they're usually people that will contribute to the contamination problems that we have. Do you feel that on a large scale, what your project is going to be able to make a difference?
Yes, of course. Let us hope it will be make some positive changes in our society in conservation, ocean conservation area. And we know oceans everywhere globally, the oceans are polluting with lot of poison. So that our technology will be um, good for humanity. And we are developing in an autonomous underwater vehicles in a low cost method and in a sustainable method. Yeah,
What?
sure, it will be good for.
Sorry, when you're finished.
Okay, and it will be we are trying to available to everyone globally in a low cost method. That is our plan, and we can do this in nearby future. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
are you allowed to tell us how it's going to work, or is that still?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, how is it going to work? The vehicles that you are developing to work on the ground to control the contamination problems. How will it work?
Yeah.
I know it will be global, but how? How will it clean up?
Yeah, clean up. Because I don't I don't have concession to explain the details to anyone because some IP issues. Okay, so IP issues.
I understand. I wasn't sure if you could answer that, but I wanted to ask anyway. But if you can't answer, don't, because
this underwater vehicles can detect chemicals, and they can take photography, and they can map the underwater benthic substratum, etc. And therefore, so that we can identify the problems from ocean. And it is the main aim of objective of this instrument. Yeah.
That's great. I'm very excited to hear about that. I mean, I am not someone who enjoys the ocean because I don't swim, and there's a reason why I don't, but I eat food from the ocean, and other people enjoy the ocean. So we need to keep it clean.
That's nice. Yeah. That's nice.
So
yeah.
Do you guys have a forecast for when you're going to roll this out, when we can start using it? You know when?
Yes.
Okay, when? When should we look forward to this?
I think it will it will be produced in nearby year or within 5 years. We can expect its production within 5 years. Because we know now also the economy is slowed down due to this COVID pandemic, and so that it may be probably it will take time to produce. Because it need more money. Yeah, big amount. 50 crores something for each AUVs, so that it will be very costly. Yeah.
Well, to
your knowledge, it will take time.
As far as you know, is there anything in the world globally right now addressing this problem, or will yours be the first?
You mean COVID-19 pandemic?
No, I'm talking about your technology that you're working on.
Okay. Our teams,
like it out there now?
Yeah, other teams also there in US and many countries. Some teams participated in this program or competition from different places, and I think they are doing wonderful things for ocean now. And we are so late to develop it, and let us hope it will be also have some good and bad sides, because every technology had some impacts and some good sides. Okay, and so that even though I believe in our technology, it will be more good than other technology using today in other parts of the world. So that we are hard working to complete this work for world. Yeah, mainly for ocean conservation.
Okay, and since this is your expertise, what life form in the ocean have you seen the most compromised by our carelessness, and especially with plastic bottles and stuff like that. Which from your experience and your expertise, what ocean life do you see being the most affected by what we're doing that's not good for the ocean?
Yeah. It will be, humans need to stop to polluting the ocean by plastics and other waste disposal. And don't throw away debris to the rivers or other land. And we know it will be reached to oceans by rivers or floods or rainwater or storm water, that we need to avoid or need to control the waste disposal, and we learn to dispose it in a scientific way for us and ocean organisms living in organisms living in ocean. Okay, and if it is not, it will be affect the organisms in ocean and also the wading birds and other marine mammals, humans, and all other animals on land also. And we need to stop this type of pollutions the nearby time or soon. Yeah.
And so for those people who don't know, how are the plastics that are being thrown into the ocean affecting the life form in the ocean?
Once again, you asked.
I said, for those people who do not know, how are the plastic bottles and all of those types of plastic contaminants that are dumped into the ocean, how is it affecting the ocean negatively?
Yeah,
Why is it bad for the ocean?
Yeah, it will be very bad because the plastics be thrown away into the ocean or rivers. It must reach into the ocean bottom. Yeah, it will be just degraded as minute particles. That is micro particles of plastics. So that's very bad to the health of ocean organisms in the oceans. They are feeding these with soil and this water containing water. I mean the water containing small particles of all plastics and the soil also containing these particles. It will be harmful or sometimes lethal to small organisms. And the large organisms feed on these small organisms. They will reach into big organisms from small organisms. And then if we consume those fishes, it will be reached in our body. And something like a cyclic process. Yeah. It's finally it will be a reason for trophic cascade in our ocean. Yeah, that will be the big problem in waiting for us.
How do you dispose of them? How do you get rid of them from the ocean? Because I know that I've read where many parts of the world have had this problem, where people dispose of them in the ocean, plastic containers. Since you work in marine life and you deal with this, how do you clean it up, you and your team, or people in the world who are cleaning plastics out of the ocean? How is that done?
Yeah, you mean how the activities are ongoing on planet to plastic disposal?
No, what I mean is, since so much plastic has been disposed of into the ocean, people who do the work you do and work in the field of cleaning the ocean, how do you clean that? How do you clean those plastic bottles out of the ocean?
Yeah, it will be a big challenge for humanity. Yeah, it will be a huge amount of plastics are floating on like an island in Pacific also. That means it is known as the Pacific patches. And something like the small patches of plastics are floating around the oceans in everywhere on this planet. And it will be a challenge for humanity to clean all. But let us hope it can become possible to collect the big percentage of this to the land and convert it into another products or something useful for human. That
Okay.
is a way, yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned COVID-19, the
Yeah.
pandemic. How is the pandemic affecting the people in India around you? Because I know India is massive, but I just am asking you about the people you know around you. How are you being affected?
Yeah, the people, the COVID-19 is a very created some problems in our social life and also in every sector of our life. We know it's increasing day by day in every part of the world, and it will be very destructive and restrict our peace and social system in our world. And in India, it's in the last week. From last week, it was increasing in a dramatic way,
Oh,
and yeah, now it's increased us up to 1 lakh, above 1 lakh people are affected by this, infected by these diseases. And in Kerala, I'm from Kerala, the southern state of India, and here we had controlled these diseases from its first appearance in our state, but now from last week, the people from abroad return to the home due to these diseases by lost job or other problems. They are returning to home in these 2 weeks, by these 2 weeks, and now increasing the number of patients. But here, not any cases of community spreading is not reported here in Kerala yet. But it's affected people coming from outside Kerala state or abroad. That is the situation here ongoing. Now, I think the poor people are always the victim of these diseases than others in this stage, because here mostly the people are their livelihood activities are based on farming, fishing sector, and such jobs, and so that the people are facing difficulties in economy, and they need money for living and all. And I think the people are also stressful about this situation, because if they're infected, they have no money in hand to help their family or feeding their family, and something like that is ongoing here. And I think many people are facing difficulties. Yeah, that is the situation here, ongoing situation.
so have your government forced everyone into quarantine like they have around many parts of the world, as we are here in California? Have you been forced to do that, to quarantine everywhere?
Yeah, the health department of government and such authorities mandating the quarantine, 7 days quarantine for all people here if they are suspected to diseases. And the people are always following these rules and regulations here, and they trust in government. I think probably that is the success of the prevention of these diseases in Kerala in a highly way. And that will be helpful for our society. And they are working hard. The police, the health department workers, and government, and the people, laymen, also worked against this COVID-19 pandemic here. And people are always helping each other in every way to help people for food, supplying food, clothes, or such like that activities are ongoing here. So that these all made this prevent this diseases in a highly way. That is the story
I'm
from
happy
here.
to hear that the people are helping. I always love when I hear in a crisis people come together. I think we should work together
Thank
anyway. But I think when there's a crisis and people come to the aid of each other, it just shows that at the core we're truly, we care. And we shouldn't wait for a pandemic to help each other. But when there's a crisis, that's great that we're helping each other out. Have you lost a lot of lives?
Yeah.
Like, have they lost a lot of lives to the disease?
I mean, once time I can't clear the question.
What I'm asking you is, in the city where you live, have you,
Yeah.
you know of many people dying because of COVID-19? Have a lot of people died because of COVID-19?
Yeah, a lot of people are dying by due to this diseases globally, and we know it is increasing in very dramatically in these months, followed months, and we need to use mask and the social distancing to avoid this and learning the personal hygiene and social hygiene for prevent these diseases or mitigate this crisis. It's a one-time crisis in a century. That's like such a problems. We need to learn how we can fight against this pandemic, and we learn and practice these for in nearby future also, because it will be, I think it will be no live from here in nearby future. Maybe, probably it will be here for 1 or 2 years up to our vaccines developed from different researchers or discoveries ongoing. So that we need to practice these all to avoid infection or prevent these diseases, and let us stay safe from these diseases and save us and others also.
Yes, I really believe it. Even after we've gotten a vaccine, I feel like it will mutate into another form, and it's probably going to be a problem for a long time. How do you see it changing your life going forward? Because I think we're going to have a reset and a new normal after this. Do you agree? Do you agree that at the end of this, we're going to have a new normal? What we considered normal will be new. What do you think?
My connection is not stable.
Oh,
I can't clear your question. Yeah. Please, once again, please.
Yes, I said, what do you think is your life going to look like after this virus, after the quarantine is over? How do you see your life changing?
Yeah, I choose more sustainable way of life than before this pandemic, because I started just I started to change my life in some way in living with nature. That is the main attitude we learn to fight against these diseases. We need to live with the nature. Yeah, it will be helpful to overcome these pandemic situations for humanity. We must learn this first, because I started some in my home. I started some vegetable garden, and we can get vegetables from this, and we don't have any from outside in this situation. Now we don't have to go outside one more time, and we don't want to go to outside, and it will be safe for us. I mean, all humans learn to live with nature, and they can cultivate their own farm, their own food, and they choose some sustainable way of life, and wise use of resources, and etc. And so that we can overcome this in a nearby future. I hope we can. So that we must learn this in our community and nationally or in every continent. We need to prepare for that. We accept the truth. We must accept the truth. It will be difficult to live without food. The more lockdown days are ongoing everywhere. In India too, it's continuing. So it's difficult to farming, and the farmers are not working well, And if they will go outside, they will infect by these diseases and stop their farming and everything. Yeah, so that we must try to try to learn something to live with the nature, and we need to learn sustainable lifestyle for us and family and in our community.
I agree with you, but not everyone has anywhere to farm. Some people have no.
Yeah, I'm also living in a city here, but in a small places we can grow something for us, our family, because some vegetables and we can grow it in our home, inside our home. It's need not soil. We can cultivate it in some small trays or water, etc. Some leaves, etc. Some vegetables are grown in our garden in front of our home, or some can grow in our kitchen window, etc. And we can use it for some months, because we need to prepare another small plants, then another one distracted, and we can use it next one growing plants are using next time. Yeah, that is a method we used to practice to save our family from difficulty of food feeding, etc. Yeah.
Well, I agree with you. What have you learned about Geetha during this crisis? What have you learned about yourself during this crisis?
Yeah.
Anything new?
Once again, please, questions once again. Yeah, just vibrating.
Don't worry, don't worry. What have you learned about yourself during this crisis?
Yeah.
What have you learned about you?
Yeah, I learned I learned something from this situation. I mean, I learned to control our stability of our mind, because I learned to live with this diseases in our society, because we know it will not leave from the society soon, so that we can accept its truth, and we learn to practice it with live with it. That is the way we can we can learn, like we can use always our precautions, take precautions, and then we practice some positive way of yoga, or improve some methods for improving our health. It will be helpful for our mental health, and we can reduce our stress, and we can do our work in daily works, etc. And we share it to other friends and our family members and relatives, etc. Yeah.
I am so grateful to you, and I'm grateful that neither you nor I gave up on this interview, because I'm really enjoying hearing from you and about, you're the only person I've been able to connect with in India. And so I think I'm very lucky. We are out of time, but before we wrap up, what would you like to leave with my viewers? It doesn't just have to be about COVID. It could be about cleaning up the ocean. Any message you want to leave for the viewers, please do so.
Yeah, I have a message to all, especially the students and youngers. And we must learn sustainable lifestyle for us, our future generations, and living form, all other living form on earth. We need to love, we must learn to love nature and other organisms. Yeah, it's a message for young generations growing on earth, because we have only one planet like earth. We don't have number B or 2, only one earth. We need to conserve it for us, our future generation, and all other living forms. The live harmony with nature. That will be good for us to avoid such emerging pandemics in future also. We need to learn, and we try to share others to aware about these consequences of our environmental destruction and all. Do we learn such things and share to others for In from my personal experience, I'm sharing always such words to all. I mean, in a first, I'm meeting when I meet a person first, I'm talking about these to them, because I believe in one words. They learn the one words. It will be helpful, and it will be because they think about that and they will share to others also. So that we learn, support, and share to others. That means care and share.
So we are
That will
out
be
of
the
time.
mode.
We're out of time, but I must ask you this because you are an environmentalist. What do you have to say to people who deny that there's such a thing as global warming? Last question, but I must ask you.
Yeah.
I want to hear your view on this.
It's not problem. And global warming is a dangerous problem. I think it will be very dangerous for humanity than this endemic, because it will be create more problems in our future, because we know the lot of experiences in front of our eyes. The last we saw the wildfires in Australia. Yeah, it's maybe a trigger from the climate change problem or global warming. They can trigger the problem into very big issues, because the increasing temperatures and globe, it will be very harmful or lethal to all organisms, including humans. It will be very problem to ocean or animals living in ocean and on land. We must stop it by using or minimizing our usage of our carbon footprint. Yeah, we need to reduce meat consumption and increasing the vegetable consumption and avoiding the huge lifestyle. Big, low cost lifestyle is good. I mean, sustainable way of life. That will be helpful and reduce the number of vehicles, and all these need regulations, rules and regulations to improve the quality of our environment. And we need to reduce the CO2. And we know we must learn about this and share to others to learn about this and these consequences. Yeah.
Dr. Plackal, you were the best. I am so happy we did not give up when the internet was not.
Thank you, sir.
We made 3 desperate attempts, and at the right time, it has happened, and it was a great interview. I thank you so much for your time and for sharing expertise with us.
I wish to mention about my projects on these against such problems. I am director for India Green Sahara project, that is involved in a project group World Alliance for Planetary Health. We are planning some projects for western part of Africa, and that is main aim is to greening that part, because we can mitigate the problems against climate change. We can assure some jobs for the people there, and we can avoid the migration of people to other places. And so that I choose that project, and they invited me to join, and I accepted for humanity, and I wish to help humanity from these struggles. So that I joined with such projects, and some one or more projects I am working on, some one or more other projects too. Sustainability and long-term economy, one association from Italy. And then another project is the Artificial International Lagoon, means Artificial Lagoon International from Japan, and we are doing such projects for helping people in Lakshadweep Island to increase their economy and social life, and eradication of poverty in island people by some deep sea water aquaculture methods. And that project is its planning is ongoing, and we not started yet. We are waiting for funding. These all are against some mitigation of global warming and climate change. Every people or every citizens are responsible to learn these consequences, because we are all one, and our home earth is one, only one. We are all members in one family. Each and everyone is responsible to mitigate from against these problems. That will be very helpful to all of us, because we need this planet in this way. Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much,
much for
Geetha.
the
Thank
invitation
you.
to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I will be in touch with you. Thank you so much for watching Conversations with Jennylyn. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, even though Geetha has so much wonderful information to share with us. Maybe another segment sometime in the future, huh, Geetha?
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Of course.
I thank you for watching Conversations with Jennylyn, when a conversation is all you need to be inspired. And I will see you next time.